Good morning, this is Jack from Charting the Markets, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Monday, the 27th of October. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing, learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right, today is the first day of the last week of the month. The last trading day of the month is on Friday. In terms of the normal, what we would expect to see, we're leaning very slightly bullish the first 2 days of this week and a bit bearish the last three as well. So next Monday is traditionally very strongly bullish, as is the Tuesday. Now, we've actually seen a sharp retracement here, and it's about damn time, frankly. I was talking about this all last week. This is something that's vitally important in terms of setting up a pattern. What I would like to see is a higher highs after this retracement, and I think this retracement could be finishing. We've got, we can't see what's going to happen on the RTH charts at the open yet, but we had a sell signal fix on ES intraday on Friday, and that's now made target. And how? If we see a retest of this low in RTH, which we may or may not see, that could give us some a very nice buy signal. Same on NQ, where we had a weak 6-minute sell signal fix, which is now long since made target. RTY, we've seen less of a retracement, but then it had gone up plus. So we've got a 60-minute buy signal fixed now on YM. We could easily set up, if we retested the low, a 60-minute buy signal, but it doesn't actually need to do that. DAX, again, the same sell signal made target there, and ESTX, we've got a weak 60-minute buy signal fix. All right, let's have a look at the RTH charts. Now, one thing I was talking about on my the bigger picture webinar yesterday was this chart here, which is chart looking at, and this is the SPX ADP chart. I post one of these every Sunday with the bigger picture as part of the charts with the bigger picture webinar if you're interested. But we've got, we had a hit over the 30 level here, and you can see that historically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 went a little higher, 8, 9, and we generally get a pretty good retracement once we hit it. And obviously, the closer we stay to this, the more likely it is that we're building for some kind of retracement, which will be coming soon. So we'll have pulled back from this fairly sharply today. On the daily charts, nice move down. Could we make it down to 59.50 on this retracement? Yes, but I don't think we need to. What I'm watching here is that when we go up and do the next highs, which I'm still fairly confidently expecting, when we go up and do the next highs, then we can easily set up some negative divergence on the daily RSI 5, which is something I will be watching. We've got an RSI 14 sell signal fixed here on the SPX hourly. My suspicion is this is going to get to the possible near miss target at the open today, because obviously we slid down a lot. Still down 100 handles really from the close on Friday. So I'm expecting these to play out today. We had little RSI 5 buy signals. I suspect we might lose those, although these come from a very low level. These may not fail, but I'm not putting a great deal of faith into these. So we shall see. Mainly I'm looking at the hourlies and the dailies. And the dailies, we've now got the possibility of setting up both a nice pattern to the upside, and with a decent support trend line that isn't going basically straight up. And two, we've now got the possibility of setting up negative divergence on the daily RSI 5s. On Qs, again, we can set up a nice sell signal. If this performs rightly, we might see a test of the daily middle band here just because it's closer. On the hourly chart, there was no divergence because this high here was slightly lower than this high here, so that wasn't a divergent high. On the 15 minutes, nice little level top, which will have more than made target, obviously at the open today. So looking at Dia, again, we can set up a really nice daily RSI 5 sell signal on higher highs. I'm still expecting on the Qs to see a retest of the all-time high. On Dia, I'm also expecting to see a retest of the all-time high. So really, I'd be surprised not to make both of those targets on the next leg up. And I'm really not seeing any reason to think there won't be another leg up. RSI 14 sell signal on the 15 minutes on Dia made the possible near miss target. RSI 5 buy signal fix that we might lose that and make the full target at the open today, and we probably will. But that could deliver a pretty nice setup for the next next leg up. All right, looking at IWM. IWM, we've got on the daily chart, again, we can set up a sell signal. We haven't got up as high on this, but I would note that this was the best draw on the bull flag on IWM, and we have now actually broken over the flag resistance. I'm really liking that. So we could see a retest of this high here. Not sure we're going to, but I think it's a real possibility. And we will have a target there. Although we could do an A, B, C, and then go back and retest it. But chances are, one way or another, this is going to resolve into a retest of this high here at 244.25 in time. No divergence on the hourly, and we didn't have any divergence on the 15-minute either. We will see how it goes today and how this develops. Not really seeing a possible IHS here, but I think we do have more business to do on the upside here. The other three, SPX has already made the new all-time high. I'm still expecting to see that on the Qs, and I'm still expecting to see that on Dia. All right, DAX. We have been powering up. Obviously, we're going to see some retracement here. That's great. I would say on the bigger picture charts, I had some really, really nice long-term trend lines here, and we're through a lot of them. So watching that with great interest, but we don't have anywhere obvious on the upside for this to stop. Nikkei made it back up pretty much to the retest of 40.4k. You're going to see a bit of retracement here. I am still doubtful about getting to 42.4k unless something lights a fire under the Japanese market. So we shall see. All right, let's have a look at the dollar. Now, dollar, we've got a decent looking head and shoulders, which has broken down with a target in the 105 area, and it's nice. It's really not bad. We've got a 60-minute buy signal fixed here. So far, that's delivered absolutely nothing. I would note that we've got on the currency pairs quite a lot of patterns pointing higher. We've got a inverted head and shoulders here, which is looking up into about the 1.074 area on EURUSD. On GBP USD, we've got an IHS looking for about the 1.266 area. USD JPY is broken down from a double top and did look as though it might reverse back up, but it didn't. And we're basically at the minimum target for that already. We've got a nice looking double top on USD CAD, which I would say hasn't actually broken down yet. This one broke down, went back up and retested the high. We've got now another larger one here. If that breaks down, we could go considerably lower. USD CAD is, Australian dollar is breaking up from a double bottom. NZ, sorry, I haven't drawn in the arrows here, has broken up from a double bottom. This is nice. This is nice, and this is suggesting that we're going to see significantly more upside on these and downside on the dollar in the short term. On ZB, ZB has gone a little higher on this rally. I was wondering if it would. We've reached a potential inverted head and shoulder neckline, which I've been watching. I'm thinking this is probably going to fail here, but it could go the other way. We will see how that goes today, but I think I'm thinking if we are going up, might do a right shoulder retracement, come back into about the 113 area, and then go up from there. But I'm not really expecting it to. CL, I've got to say, this kind of looks like a flag forming. But we've got a nice looking head and shoulders, which is broken down with a target in the 72.5 area, and we're well on the way to making that. NG, we've also got a head and shoulders, which is broken down overnight. And I'm thinking, I mean, given that we've got a seasonal downtrend, and that we normally make some kind of significant low between February and April, I'm thinking this may well be the start of the move towards that low. GC, we've got a nice move up here, and I'm still expecting to see a retest of the all-time high, which I think I've got at 28.01, which is not far away at all. On SI, still looks like a bull flag. HG, we had a head and shoulders breakdown. I was talking about this, and that head and shoulders has failed. I'm leaning towards the upside here. So on the metals, generally, I'm leaning towards the upside. KC, we've got, obviously, we've had a bull flag. We've gone back. We've retested the high, and I'm leaning towards this going to the high. But bigger picture, I think we might be forming a top for a larger retracement than the bull flag managed. SB, nice rally here. We lost the buy signals there as it went down this level here, but then they formed again, and at the moment they're delivering nicely and they have fixed. So I'm leaning towards seeing more upside, possibly a significant low. On CC, still got a messy triangle which is formed here. Obvious target, although I'm hesitant because it is messy, is the retest this high here in the 12,950 area. I think that's 12. 923 actually. On wheat, we've got a potential big bottoming setup here, and we could be forming an inverted head and shoulder, right shoulder here. I'm wondering whether on grains we're finally going to start seeing some serious upside. On corn, trying to do a double top retracement here, but on the bigger picture, we were forming a long, looked like a bull flag, and I think that bull flag may have broken up rather than down, with a target considerably higher. All the setup is shown obviously on the bigger picture webinar if you want to have a look at it. On soy, nice looking head and shoulders, which is trying to break down here, might get us to move back to the area, but again, on the bigger picture, I'm leaning towards the upside. On CT, we've got a nice looking bottoming setup here, not really shown any sign of actually delivering. So it's got a buy signal supporting it. We'll see how it goes. Lumber, retesting this low, might find some support here. We've got a possible 60-minute buy signal brewing on live cattle. Some possible trend line resistance here. I'm wondering about a wedge. It's a nice trend line, but it could break up through it. We got a 60-minute sell signal fix that still hasn't made target, and I'm still wondering if it might. On lean hogs, we're seeing a rally here, but it's looking like a bear flag, and I'm wondering very much about a retest this low in the 84.5 area. All right, great. Let's have a look at questions. George, did you want me to look at Palladium or PA? I covered both of those in the bigger picture webinar last night if you wanted. But otherwise, let's have a quick recap of BS. We've seen this retracement. We were looking for that all of last week, and it's about damn time it arrived. I'm still expecting higher highs. We could see a retest of the overnight lows, set up some nice buy signals on ES, but I wouldn't see that as required at all. We could just head straight back up after this very sharp short retracement, and go back up to the upside targets, which have not yet been made. And that would involve, I think, a retest of the all-time high on ES, retest of the all-time high on Qs, on Dia, and then after that, we might be setting up some daily RSI 5 sell signals, and we might have a top forming. But now that we've had a retracement, and once I've got that retracement in RTH, I will have a decent stab at a pattern and trend lines to the upside that may be targets. But and I'll have more on that tomorrow. All right, great. In that case, I think that's a wrap. My pleasure as always, guys. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning.